Welcome to Jannat Learning Digital class. This video is for the virtual university course MTH 302 Business Mathematics and Statistics, Lecture 34 Factorials, Permutation, and we hope this is informative and helpful. Please subscribe to Jannat Learning if you haven't already. Your suggestions and comments are welcome. Forecasting is the process of projecting past sales demand into the future. An accurate forecast helps you make operations decisions. For this reason, forecasting should be a central activity in your operations. You can use forecasts to make planning decisions about customer orders, inventory, delivery of goods, workload, capacity requirements, warehouse space, labor, equipment, budgets, development of new products, and workforce requirements.
पेशिन गोई मुस्तकबिल में माजी की फ़रोख्त की तलब को पेश करने का अमल है। एक दुरुस्त पेशिन गोई आपको ऑपरेशन के फ़ैसले करने में मदद करती है। इस वजह से आपके कामों में पेशिन गोई एक मरकज़ी सरगर्मी होनी चाहिए। आप इस बारे में मंसूबा बंदी के फ़ैसले करने के लिए पेशिन गोई का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं।
We have to calculate exponential smoothing in Excel first forecast. We will write as it is previous sales or actual. In second forecast, you can use forecast formula equals alpha multiplied by actual in the last period plus 1 minus alpha multiplied with forecast in the last period. Second step is that you have to make the alpha cell reference as absolute cell by pressing F4. You see there are $sign in front of row and column address. Then double-click to drag it down. You can get error values by the simply subtracting actual values with forecast values. Then double-click to drag it down. Then calculate alpha error value, multiply the error values with alpha that is 0.3 and double-click to drag. Hope you will find it easier. What you have to do, remember the formula. We have to find the mean square error, MSE, similar to calculating exponential smoothing in Excel. The first forecast we will write as it is previous sales or actual. In the second forecast, you can use the forecast formula equals alpha multiplied by the actual in the last period plus 1 minus alpha multiplied by the forecast in the last period. The second step is that you have to make the alpha cell reference an absolute cell by pressing F4. Then double-click to drag it down. You can get error values by simply subtracting actual values from forecast values. Then double-click to drag it down. Then calculate the alpha error value, multiply the error values with alpha that is 0.3, and double-click to drag. Hope you will find it easier. All these steps you have done before. Now we have to find error square and mean square error values. Simply reference of error an exponent sign to get the square values. And drag them down. Mean square error is the average of error square values. Let us see how it can be done. To install exponential smoothing in Excel, you don't need to install anything separately as it's a built-in feature within the Data Analysis tool. Simply access it by going to the Data tab, clicking Data Analysis, and then selecting Exponential Smoothing from the list of options. Ensure you have the Analysis tool pack enabled if it's not already visible. Load the Analysis tool pack in Excel. 1. Click the File tab, click Options, and then click the Add-ins category. 2. In the Manage box, select Excel Add-ins and then click Go. If you're using Excel for Mac, in the File menu go to Tools then Excel Add-ins. 3. In the Add-ins box, check the Analysis Tool Pack checkbox, and then click OK. If Analysis Tool Pack is not listed in the Add-ins available box, click Browse to locate it. If you are prompted that the Analysis Tool Pack is not currently installed on your computer, click Yes to install it. To calculate the exponential smoothing through Excel Wizard, select Data main menu and option Data Analysis. Choose Exponential Smoothing from the list. Select the input range, as in example B6 to B11, and enter damping factor 0.3 and output range C6 to C11. Press OK and get the result. How easy it is! In mathematics, a factorial is the product of all positive integers from 1 to a given positive integer, represented by an exclamation mark. Factorial of 4 is equal to 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. Similarly, factorial of 5 is equal to 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1, and also factorial of 10 is equal to 10 multiply 9 multiply 8 multiply 7 multiply 6 multiply 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. In mathematics, a factorial is the product of all positive integers from 1 to a given positive integer, represented by an exclamation mark. Symbol of factorial. The factorial of a number is represented by the number followed by an exclamation mark, such as 4. Calculation. To calculate a factorial, multiply the given number by each previous integer until you reach 1. For example, 4 factorial equals 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1 is equal to 24 factorial of 0. The factorial of 0 is defined as 1. Factorial of 5 is equal to 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1, and also factorial of 10 is equal to 10 multiply 9 multiply 8 multiply 7 multiply 6 multiply 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. Factorial of n is equal n into n, minus 1 into n, minus 2 into n, minus 3 up to 3 multiply 2 multiply 1, or factorial of n is equal n into n, minus 1 into n, minus 2 factorial, or factorial of n, is equal n into n, minus 1 factorial.
Factorial of 0. The factorial of 0 is defined as 1. Why? There are no positive values less than 0, so the data set cannot be arranged, which counts as the possible combination of how data can be arranged. It cannot. Thus, 0 factorial equals 1.
In statistics, a permutation is a mathematical technique used to calculate the number of ways a set of items can be arranged when the order of the arrangement matters. Example number 2, in handout, number of permutations of 3 objects taken 2 at a time. First, AB. Second, BA. Third, AC. Fourth, CA. Fifth, BC. And sixth is CB. Formula for the number of permutations of n objects taken are at a time is NPR. That is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. And numerically, you can see the answer is also 6. For permutations, the order matters. Suppose we need to know the number of possibilities for a 4-digit lock. There are 10 possible values, and we're picking 4. Statisticians state this scenario as 10 permute 4, and denote it as 10p4, where p indicates we're working with permutations. For this scenario, how many permutations are there? What is the value of 10 factorials divided by 6 factorial? Quiz 2. M equals 7 factorials plus 8 factorials plus 9 factorials plus 10 factorials plus 11 factorials. Then what is the factor of M? Quiz 3. What is value of 6 factorial? Quiz 4. What is the value of 7 factorials divided by 0 factorials multiplied by 4 factorials? Quiz 5. What is the sum of 4 factorial and 3 factorial?
जन्नत लर्निंग डिजिटल क्लास में शिरकत का शुक्रिया। हमारा मिशन आपको तालीमी कामयाबी में मदद करना, आपके तालीमी सफ़र को हमवार और खुशगवार बनाना और आज के लिए जामे हल, मददगार वसाइल और माहिराना रहनुमाई फराहम करना है। हमारे कंटेंट में स्टडी की तजावीज़, इम्तिहान की तैयारी, इसकी हिकमत अमली, कोर्स के जायज़ा और बहुत कुछ शामिल है। सीखने वालों की हौसला अफजाई के लिए हमारी कम्युनिटी में शामिल हों। आइए मिलकर तालीमी जिद्दत की दुनिया को फ़तह करें। बाकायदा अपडेट्स और कीमती इंसाइट के लिए जन्नत लर्निंग को सब्सक्राइब करें।